Hi guys, so what we're going to do now is go into our finishers for our arms, all the guns, okay? So we're going to go straight into our warm-up and then I'll explain what we're going to do in our arm session, okay? So starting off, we're going to do some stretching, some static stretching, okay? So firstly, we're going to go into a couch stretch, okay? So you can do this to a couch or a chair behind you, whatever you have. I'm going to do it to the wall, all right? So throwing your knee on the ground, your foot, don't know if you can see, the side, up on the wall. I'm going to have a straight line from my knee, my hip, and then my chest. Pushing my hips forward, okay? Not my torso. I don't want to lean too far forward. I'm pushing my hips, okay? Right hand goes up and we're holding. 30 seconds. Straight into it. Deep down, just feeling that tension all down your hip flexors. 6 seconds. 2, 1, hands down. I'll do the next one to the couch, you can see, or to the bench. So left foot up, knee down, and then we're putting our left hand up this time. 30 seconds. So targeting on our hip flexors and our quads. All these areas get quite stiff, especially if you're at home, sitting down a lot. They're quite short and the muscles get quite tight, so they're short and they're contracted. Nearly there. 7 seconds, then we're going to go into our glutes. 2, 1, good. Okay, onto the ground, we're going to go into a pigeon stretch. So what we're going to do is throw your right foot across you, trying to drive that foot up as best I can. So shins at a good angle. Gonna lift that back leg off the ground and feel it in my glute, okay? Just to the side so you can see. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, back leg off the ground and holding that stretch, feeling it right in my glute there.
How to respond to that?
Geez, series onto me again. Okay, so you're trying to sip into that hip as well, so you're getting that big stretch in your glute. Keep breathing. So normally when you're stretching, the best thing to do is try relax, okay? The more relaxed you are, the better stretch or the better range of motion you'll get in your stretching. 2, 1, we're gonna go opposite side. Slide that foot up, lift your chest up, back knee off the ground and hold. Okay, if you find it really hard to drive that foot forward, bring it back slightly. Still focus on where you're feeling it. So that proprioception of your body, that awareness of your body, is what you need to think about when you're doing your stretches. So glutes, right in my bum. So while we're doing this, while we're stretching our hips, and we'll do a little bit of lat stretching, it's all connected to your lower part of your spine, okay? Really, really important, just to loosen out that lower back. 10 seconds. 2, 1, slowly out of it. Good. Okay, now we're going to go into a baby pose. Like I said, stretching out our lats, and that connects all the way down to your, I think it's your L2 and L3 of your lower lumbar, so your lower part of your spine. So you're going to sit your bum back with your right hand. You're going to reach diagonally across from you, okay? And feel this massive stretch up the side of your back. You're just going to hold that. 30 seconds. So I'm gripping my hand onto the ground, trying to push my body to the right. So letting my armpit nearly sink to the ground. You might feel a big stretch in your triceps as well, a little bit tight, maybe your shoulders, okay? So fill up your lungs with air. You might feel a massive stretch down the side of your back, and then breathe out. 2, 1, opposite side, reach across, and same again. 20 seconds, then we're going to go into some activation. Then we get into our gun session. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly come out of that. Shake it out, and now we're going to go into our warm-up, okay? So the first exercise we're going to do is a tabletop swoop, okay? So for your shoulders, glutes, core, and your chest as well, okay? So what you're gonna do is a tabletop, you're gonna put your hands underneath your shoulders, hips nice and high, and then you're gonna swoop under. So let your bum come underneath, core is engaged, and you're squeezing your abs. And we're gonna change from in and out. Your second exercise you're gonna do, the L famous downward dog, but it's in a quadruped pose, okay? So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, this is the quadruped pose. Knees come off the ground, and then you're gonna go into a downward dog. So all that is bum in the air, I'm looking at my toes, and it goes through, and back down. Okay, up and down. We're gonna do that for 30 seconds. The next one is your side plank to warm up our core, a little bit of rotations for your T-spine. Okay, so straight line, elbow underneath your shoulders, hips and feet, up, hand down, reach across. If that's too hard, you can do it from your knees. Okay, hips up, exact same movement. And then your last one is your wall sit with a wall slide. So up to a door or somewhere nice and stable that you're not gonna fall through. Lower back into the ground, elbows back nice and high. You're gonna try to keep your forearms on the wall, head touching the wall, slide up and back down. Okay, you want internal, external rotations, up and down. Okay, straight into our tabletop swoop. All right, so onto the ground, hands underneath your shoulders. We're gonna go 30 seconds, ready? Going in 3, 2, 1, hips high. And you're gonna change around, heels into the ground, core engaged, and then flip back up. You feel at my shoulders, a little bit tight today. Core engaged. And what this does is obviously opening up your body, so mobilizing, but it's obviously raising your heart rate as well, okay? So raising your core temperature. That's the aim of most warm-ups. In and out. 2, 1, good. Okay, flip over onto your front, into our quadruped. 3, 2, 1. Knees underneath your shoulder, or knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders, up and down. Then you're gonna look at your toes, back up. It's a nice shoulder flexion. Still nailing your core again. Hope I'm not too muffled. I can feel my chin going into the mic. Nearly there. 2, 1. Okay, onto our sides now. Side plank, ready? 3, 2, 1. We're gonna do 15 seconds on one side, 15 on the other. My glutes are engaged, so I'm pushing my hips forward. Imagine I had a 20-year-old note in between my two bum cheeks on a windy day. No one's getting it. 2, 1, flip over. Hips high, same again. Hips nice and high, good. 2, 1, and then up to our wall. So I'm gonna try going into parallel, obviously warming up our quads, glutes, hamstrings, elbows nice and high, rotate back, slide up, forearms touching the wall, back down, and internally rotate. Up and down, nice and controlled. You can definitely feel my shoulders in this one. That's it, well done. Nearly there. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna do one more round. Okay, so back into our tabletop swoop. Definitely feel the sweat now. Getting warm. Going in, 3, 2, 1. Hips high, bum squeezed. And you let that little swoop through. Core engaged. Keep alternating, changing. If you can't get your hips as high as you can, could be from your shoulders. My shoulders are a little bit tight. I might struggle a little bit getting my hips high there. 2, 1, good. Flip over onto your front, your tabletop, or not your tabletop, your quadruped. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Bum in the air. Look at your toes and back down. Really controlled. So you should feel your shoulders warm up now. Small bit of a burn on them. 4, 3, 2, 1. Onto our side. Elbow underneath your shoulder. Straight line from your hips, feet, and head. And we're up. Rotations. Nailing that T-spine. That's your upper back. Really controlled. So when you're doing these side planks, corner needs to be engaged, so it's constantly squeezed. You should still be able to breathe as well. Okay, so little breaths, but you're still braced. 2, 1, flip over. Rotations. That 20-year note still there, you can feel it. Two, 1, good. And then our last one, our wall sit. Onto the ground. Going in 3, 2, 1. Elbows nice and high. Rotate them up. Back down. And hands to the ground, or hands to the lower part of the wall. Rotate up, overhead. Forearms touching the wall. Head touching the wall. And upper back touching the wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Right, warm up done. Grab a drink of water, and then I'm going to go through what we're going to do next. Okay, so onto our arms.
How you doing, guys? Larry here, filling in for Rob. We've had a few technical faults. It is during a pandemic and a lockdown, so we can only get one coach in here at a time. So I'm filling in. So let me show you the exercise really quickly. First one is the banded curl and press. The forearm exercises here, and again we're going to curl up. Press straight up overhead, pause, keep the glute squeeze, elbows back into the sides, back down. From the side here, again, you can stand on it with 2 feet, it's probably gonna make it easier. We're gonna squeeze our glutes, curl straight in front, press straight up overhead, above the crown of our head, keep our glute squeezed, don't arch the back, come back down, elbows in, back down. Second exercise, half kneeling banded curls. Again, what you can do is you can double the band up on this one, and go half kneeling, band goes underneath the foot, and then from here you're gonna curl up to the top, all the way back down. If that's too difficult, go with a single loop underneath the foot, and then from there we can curl up and down. I probably prefer this way, put my foot slightly further in front, that way there's more tension throughout the movement, because my foot is further in front, more tension on the band. And then we have our band push-up. Again, we're doing a lot of this in our online performance club program. Band goes around the back, in on my upper back like so. And then from here, what I'm gonna do is hands on the floor, glute squeezed, abs engaged, and then from there I'm gonna go down, drive back up. As I'm going up, that band adds tension, so it makes it harder for my elbow to straighten, therefore hitting more of my triceps. After that one, then your final exercise, banded French press. Quite straightforward, a couple of ways that you can do this. I like basically putting the band on the ground, loop it into the front of my feet, go full kneeling, and then from behind me, I can just get the band like so. It's on my ankles, and then from here, elbows in to the sides of the ears, straighten up and down. Keep my glute squeezed, going up and down. So my elbows into my sides, straighten the elbows up and down, hitting those triceps again. Keep the glute squeeze, rib cage down, and make sure that you're hitting those triceps. So that's our fourth and final exercise. 40 seconds on each exercise, 20 seconds rest. You have those 4 exercises. We're gonna do them for 3 to 4 rounds. So let's get that clock ready. Let's have our bands ready. And again, you can replace all of these movements if you like. You can replace these movements using dumbbells as well instead of this red band. So let's give it a go. I'm gonna be using my red band, like most of you are at home. Banded curl and press. 2, 1, let's go. Curl up, press overhead, back down. Keeping those glutes squeezed, focusing on the first set of actually getting the tempo right. So here, as I'm doing it, the biggest effort is actually in the overhead movement. As I curl up, I pause, I press directly overhead, back down, elbows into the sides, back down. So again, stabilizes my shoulders, rotator cuffs, they're all being worked because the unsteadiness of that band going overhead gets tighter as I go up, throws my positions off a little bit. Biceps are getting a bit of work as well. And back down. Shoulders are on fire now. Feel a little bit of my biceps. Let's go into that half kneeling position. As I said, I like looping around once myself. Grab lower on the band if you need to add more tension. Make sure your heel is down. Make sure that band isn't gonna flick up, so careful about that. Elbows into the sides, half kneeling banded curl, and then let's go in, back out. Still a bit too easy. I'm gonna grip right down on that band. That is more like it. Making sure that the tension is even in both hands. Curling in, pausing at the top, really feeling it in the biceps. Again, too easy. Grip further down is the key. But again, working the core, keeping upright. Use my right leg on this set and then switch legs as I go. But again, curling up, pause, think about feeling in those biceps. Mine being much bigger than Rob's, obviously. Curl up and down. Keep going and rest. Good. Feel a bit in my biceps. Again, any online program, unless you have dumbbells, it makes it a little bit harder to hit that muscle group. But again, it's all about the triceps we want to work. Again, if you want to have big arms, just develop the triceps. You'll be very surprised how you fill out your shirt, lads, very quickly. And ladies, tone up the arms, obviously, for the short sleeve dress. Banded push up, off I go. Now, slowly down, drive back up. And again, working for 40 seconds. I'm gonna take it quite steadily for the first set. As you're doing, if it's too difficult, ladies, men who are struggling to do the push-ups, anybody, any sex, gender, go off the knees, elbows in, down and up. Let's keep going. Even this is hitting those triceps enough. I think I'm still suffering from Saturday's workout 2 days ago, from all the arm work that was in that advanced online Zoom class. Keep going, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, well done. For the French press, place the band on the ground, stand at the front of it, pull it around your ankles. Okay, kneel down. So around the ankles looped in now. Then from here, hands behind the head, rib cage down, glutes squeezed, elbows into the sides of the ears, off we go, up and down. Just bringing the elbows down to 90 degrees is enough. Don't really need to go all the way down for the stretch, because with the bands, it gets a bit lighter at the bottom. But again, yeah, it's working. 20 seconds left. Then we get a 1 minute rest. If it wasn't for technology, I wouldn't be doing this arm workout. It would be Rob who's suffering. Keep going, keep those elbows in. Make sure they're not flaring as you go up and as you go down. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Let go of that band. Take a rest for 60 seconds. Grab a bit of water if you have it as well. And now, so 40 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. That clock's gonna beep, ignore it. We're taking a 1 minute rest after each set. So let's see, we have another 40 seconds. That clock keeps running. So the banded curl and press, fairly straightforward. It's not too much, not too bad. Quite touchy on the old deltoids and shoulders though, feeling a bit of my biceps. Then when it came to that half knee and banded curl, the foot out in front, felt that a lot more in my biceps. And again, I use my left knee on the ground, and that set, I'm gonna switch legs on the next set. And then finally that banded push-up. Really struggle at that, especially when I'm trying to talk, along with that French press as well. That really tired at the triceps. So let's get back into it. Starting in a few seconds, 5 seconds to be exact. Stand on that band, banded curl and press. Grip down as appropriate. Let's go, curl, press, down, down. Curl, press, and down again. So constantly curling, constantly pressing. If that clock beeps, just ignore it. We have 20 seconds left. Has a mind of its own. Good, and again, don't worry about twisting your hands at the top. Just keep the palms facing each other as you press over. Again, if it's too difficult, make it a bit looser as you go. Again, I'm sure you're aware, and rest, that this will get a lot tougher as we go. Again, careful not to lean back. 20 seconds rest now, guys. Okay, we got 10 seconds. Second exercise, that banded curl. Now, right leg was out in front the first time. I want left leg out this time. And let's go, curling up, and back down. Make sure the tension is even in both hands. So make sure it's an equal length of grip that you gripped. Now staying back from it, I'm keeping my head, shoulder, and right knee that's on the floor in line. And then twisting at the top so my palms face my face. That way really turning that elbow externally. Well, and then from there, it's actually coming from the shoulders really, if you be totally scientific about it. But here, really feel the biceps fire up, well done. 20 seconds rest. That clock keeps us accountable, I'll tell you that much. Now, band, hands out, around the back, bring hands together. It's just underneath my shoulder blades, but that's the position where you want the band. Hands on the floor, normal push-up, off we go. Glute squeeze, abs engaged, slowly down, driving back up. You're gonna feel those triceps kick in a lot more. Taking your time, breathing through it, keep that nice core tension. As I said, drop to the knees if it becomes a little bit too difficult. We definitely want to be hitting that hypertrophy rep range of 6 to 12 repetitions. There's 6 for me. Again, triceps are goosed from the weekend. Let's keep going, 8 seconds. But it's the band that just adds a little bit of difficulty right at the end to lock at those elbows. Well done. Band on the ground. Stand into it, around the front of the ankles. We drop to our knees. Bring the hands behind the back. Ugh. Here we go. Going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Straighten the arms at the top. And again, don't worry if it's not too hard the first 3 or 4 reps. Trust me, it's where that 5th and 6th rep kicks in. You're thinking to yourself, what in God's name just happened to my arms? As they just fire up the blood and the byproducts pouring to them. 20 seconds left. Make it a little easier. Sit back on those heels to take some of the tension off the band if required. 8 seconds. I'm gonna feel this tomorrow morning. Glad I don't have too much hair to dry. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Escape from that band quickly. Whoa, that's 2 sets, 2 to go. I don't know about you, but my triceps are absolutely lit, as one would say. Okay, so you have another 50 seconds. I'm shaking out my arms. I'm gonna tell the clock to be quiet. 40 seconds now until we start that next step. Now, I don't think I need to make much changes there. It's all working just fine. Banded curl and press. It's not the hardest one, but I can really feel it in my shoulders. Half kneeling banded curls, feel it in my biceps, and then, well, triceps, well, they're definitely being looked after. We have, what, 15 seconds or so, guys, before we go again. So let's get into position, and let's get ready for 10 seconds time. Standing on that band. I'll face the camera this time. 2, 1, let's go. Curl up, press straight up overhead, keep the glutes squeeze, rib cage down. Don't lean back. Push the hands back, head through, bring the elbows forward, down. What I mean by that is once I've curled up and I press to finish, I push my head through, squeeze shoulder blades together, elbows back down. Keeping those elbows into the side as I do that curl. 3, 15 seconds left. 4. Think about the biceps. Make the connection from the brain to the muscle. Don't just do it without thinking. Can't get anywhere with strength work if you're not zoned in and think about what you're trying to do. Take a rest. Okay, let's go left knee on the ground this time. 10 seconds, those banded curls. Get the band safely underneath the foot. Grip down the band. I'm just going to grip down below my knee. And off we go. Curling in and out. Make sure the tension is somewhat equal between the two. I like to finish with my palms facing up on this one myself. Keep going, keep a strong grip of that band. Keep the core engaged. We don't be swinging everywhere. Core is getting a little bit of work. as I try and stabilize. And with that knee that's on the ground, I'm squeezing that glute. That helps a bit more to stabilize. 10 seconds, round 3 of 4. 2 and 1 and good. Yeah, definitely working. Not looking forward to this next push-up. Everybody's the same. The worst thing about a workout is putting on the shoes and pressing go. Okay, 7 seconds. Feel great after this. We'll all be checking out our arms in the mirror. Okay, push-ups. Off we go. Let's go again. I'm gonna try to do 5 full. One more for good luck. And then drop to my knees and continue. No harm in that. I'm just trying to make sure that I get the reps in, that the triceps feel it. I want to be hitting that rep range, really pushing that muscle into that hypertrophy zone, meaning breaking down that muscle. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Oh, I wasn't expecting this to be that hard. Need to work on my hypertrophy rep range. Too used to all these low reps, high weights, or so I say. Let's go full half kneeling. Okay, that French press. 2, 1, off we go. Rib cage is down. Remember, in tempo meaning the speed of the movement. We want it nice and steady. That slow eccentric. 3, 2, 1, 0 at the bottom, 1 to come up, 3 seconds down. Good, triceps really feeling it. And eccentric, that lowering phase of 3 seconds is really burning them up. Take little breaks, make it a little easier if you need to. Don't lean back, keep that rib cage down. And rest, good. Escape quickly. Careful with that band. Okay, taking our rest. Bloody hell. One more set on this. Okay, so again, you have around 5 seconds, guys, until there's 40 seconds left. Just making sure you're on your toes. So 40 seconds now until the last set. And again, just catching my breath, relaxing, try not to use our arms as much, use our arms as little as possible before we go into that last set. Okay, get my thruster remote. We have around 20 seconds, guys, before we go into that final set. Have our band ready to go. Starting in 10 seconds. Enjoying it so far, but I'll be glad when the 4th set is out the way and we're done. So last set, best set. Curl and press, and let's go. Curl up, press overhead, control back down. Feeling a lot more confident in the technique now. Myself to, again, I'm not just pressing straight overhead, I'm letting that band stretch a little bit overhead. Keep going. Five seconds. Last set, best set, remember. Good, well done. Half kneeling banded curl. Right knee down this time for myself. Let's go into that half kneeling position. Be ready to go. Again, grip down that band as you see fit. The closer you grip to your foot, the harder it's going to be. Last one of curls. Let's go. Keep the glute squeeze. Everything steady. Again, a pillow for that knee would be handy, wouldn't it, Larry? Keep going. 5, good. Think about those biceps. Think about feeling it. Keep the core steady. It's a half kneeling position as well. It's not as straightforward as sitting on the bench. Focusing and forcing us to use our core a little bit as well, while those arms do the work. Keep going. Keep those hands in front. And good, well done. Okay, next movement, that banded push-up. Grip the band, have it behind our back, and be ready to go in 10 seconds. Okay, let's get ready, guys. Down we go. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Let's get 6 again. As it gets too hard, there's 7. Back to the knees. Keep the blood going onto those muscles. Keep the shoulder blades down, elbows slightly in. Working hard. 10 seconds. Chest getting worked as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Well done. You're nearly done. Have that band ready. Then we go. Full kneeling position. You should be used to it at this stage. Last big one on the triceps. With that banded French press. Off we go. Keep that rib cage down. 2, 3. Good, guys. 15 seconds gone. It's getting difficult now. Triceps are shutting down a little bit. Just because we pushed that hard in the first 3 sets. Keep going. 10 seconds, 8 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release and get out of there quickly. Well done, guys. See if I can pick up the remote control. Here we go. That is your arm workout. Substitute Larry Brady for that. Again, huge well done, guys. Make sure to jump into your videos, try them out for this month, and we shall see you all again soon.